Have you ever said to yourself, I'm just a bad manifester? I don't know how to do it. I watch these videos, I read these books, I listen to how all these people tell me that I'm supposed to do it and how it's supposed to happen, and it just doesn't work for me? I've been there. I totally get it. And I am going to talk to you today about the three top things that I have found keep people from creating the life that they want in the way that they're meant and designed to. So, the first thing that I want you to know is that all of us are creators. As a human being, you are here to create. You are a creatrix. That's just how it is. Now, really mastering your ability to create and understanding how you are designed and meant to create, that's a whole nother thing because each of us are individual, each of us are unique. Your energy, your essence is here to do something unique to you. And the way that you manifest and the way that you create in the world is as unique as your body, your person. And so I really encourage you to dive in and discover your own creation process. There is a cycle, there are frameworks. My book coming out soon lays some of those out. But the truth is, the nuances of the cycle, the nuances of the creation process for you, how you're designed to bring formless, boundless energy into the material world, that is unique to you. And so don't get distracted, don't get upset, don't get discouraged if you don't create like somebody else does, or in the way somebody else does, or the things that someone else does. I encourage you to dive in to create what you're here to create, how you're designed to create it, and enjoy that flow and process and find the value and meaning in that. Because honestly, it's going to be the most fun for you. And it's really what we need in the world. So, what keeps us from being able to do that effortlessly when we just create intentions? And so, most of the time, we create intentions at the beginning of the year, or in a new moon, or when we're going to start something, a new relationship, a new business, something of that, a new trip, right? Beginnings are the time we usually set intentions and really dive into that creation process. And so what stops us from having that creation be everything that we've ever dreamed and wanted and desired it to be? So there are three things that I have found. One, you get distracted and your energy gets dispersed. Two, the image in your head of what you're creating was created by your ego, by your thinking mind, and not your heart and your essence, and kind of driven by your gifts, right? And then three is that you're blocked in some way. There's a framework, there's a belief structure, there's a judgment that keeps you from really knowing your heart, knowing your essence, and creating from that place, or hearing your intuition, or judging the intuition you do get. So all of those things happen, right? So let's talk about the first one. So the first one is that you get distracted. This is, all of us experience this. In the new year, you set an intention, and by Valentine's Day, there are a million other things on your plate, and you can barely even remember the intention that you set just a few weeks ago. And it's the nature of our modern world. It's the nature of capitalism to distract us and to bring us out of our own energy and tag us into the energy of something else. Maybe it's the place that you work, maybe it's a family member, um, maybe it's another kind of institution you're involved with that really co-ops your energy, your time, your heart space, your brain space to focus on what their goals are and what their desires are. And honestly, that keeps you from being able to focus your energy on your intentions, your goals, and what you're meant to and designed to do here. And that doesn't mean you don't help other people. That doesn't mean that you don't do other things or engage in other projects. Of course not. Um, but the question is, are they adding to your vitality or not? Are they enhancing your energy, or are they draining your energy? Does what you're doing and what you're engaged in, is that additive to your overall life experience? Is it additive to your intentions? These are really reflection questions to think about, as you consider, wow, yeah, I totally let myself get distracted by this other thing, and I forgot about my intention, whatever that might be. So, staying focused, developing a process that allows you to come back and check in. And in my new workbook, Date Your Future Self, I give you monthly check ins. So every month at the new moon, I give you a process to go through to check your energy, meditate on your own energy, how you feel, what's happened in the past 30 days, then to go in and check with your inner wisdom, your inner knowing, and notice where you're aligned and where you're not aligned. How is your energy? What does it feel like? And then you go through and you evaluate, how aligned am I with my intentions that I set? Am I still really aligned? Great. Has life thrown me in a whole different direction and I need to rethink these intentions? Okay, great. Let's reset those intentions. And then if you are working on your intentions, like, how far have I made it in this manifestation process? Am I actually doing things that work towards manifesting my intentions? Am I putting my energy in that direction? How well? How not well? How's that panning out? This process keeps you focused and keeps you aligned. And in the workbook, I give you 9 months of this kind of reflection practice. And just think about what kind of information you're going to get. Is it once a month for 9 months? You go in and you check your energy. You check where your manifestation process is. It's really, really amazing to see what that looks like and how that works. And it's going to give you a whole wealth of information on how you can uplevel your self-care practices so that your energy stays focused, so that you have really good bandwidth to create the way that you want to create. It's going to give you good information on what activities in your life are giving you energy and vitality and enhancing you and what aren't, and give you this space to figure it out and reflect and realign and redirect. So it's a super valuable tool. It seems so simple and something that is so easy, but time and time again, what I find is it's really a struggle for most of my clients and most people that I'm around to create that space for themselves for reflection, to really create that space to look and see and be honest about what your energy feels like, and how you enhance it, right? So that, more than anything else, is going to lead you to manifesting your intentions, because the more you honor your energy, the more you're going to create choices in your life that enhance your energy, and you're going to see the value in that. You're going to see how much the world responds to you choosing your energy and you choosing people that value you and see you and honor you, and you honor yourself, right? That can only serve to enhance your life. All right. So then the second topic is that you created those intentions from your head or from your ego self, which, the ego is good. I don't think the ego is bad in any way. That's not a judgment. But if your intentions are created from a place of wanting to get approval, wanting to get acceptance from someone else or something else, then those weren't created from your heart. If your intentions are created from your mind because of some logical thing that should bring you happiness, that's not created from your heart, right? And as someone who spent many, many, many years and was very successful at creating those kinds of intentions, I can tell you that those don't really bring you the heart expanding happiness that really sharing your gifts and really allowing your essence to thrive gives you. And so the kind of intention setting I'm talking about is really that heart soul centered intention setting. And that means that when you create your intention, when you really step into that place of, wow, I am a powerful creator. What do I want to create in the world? If you can really allow your heart, your inner light to guide that process, you're going to develop intentions that unfold with much greater ease and with much more impact than the other kind. So that's all about the framework that you're in, the place that you're in, the mindset, and the energy state you're in when you create your intentions and when you choose those intentions. And so in my new workbook, we go through a whole process of questions that help get you in the flow of when you were your best self, when you feel the most successful, when life was the most vibrant, when you felt amazing. And beginning to look at those places and really get that feeling sensation in your body, then you can create intentions that amplify those places, right? Those are more heart-centered intentions. And so that is a whole different framework, right? If your intention is from that place versus, I want to lose 10 pounds. Oh, I want to make more money. Oh, I want to travel more, right? Those aren't heart-driven intentions. And so the results that you get, it's they could be great, right? But if they're not, then maybe it's time to look at those intentions, right? Okay. And then the last one is that you're blocked in some way. And I know this is probably the most, uh, well, I should say, I felt for a long time that this was really like the biggest one, right? Like, I'm doing all these other things right, blah, blah, blah. I just have to be blocked in some way. There's something wrong with me. And it's not that that isn't true and those things aren't there. But what I have found is that they're really less of an issue if you can really invite in that place of receivership, if you can really be honest about the first two. If you can be honest about what is distracting you and why, and if you can be honest about what kind of intentions your heart really wants and what you're really here to create, then the third becomes less of an issue. But the blocks, either way, are there. So, again, your reflection practice will help you see where that block to receiving is. And the more awareness you build, the more time you set in for reflection, the more you're honest about what's achieving good results and bad results, then, or what feels aligned in manifestation and what doesn't feel aligned, the more information you're going to get on how you might be blocking your actual receiving of what you want and desire. And there are all kinds of judgments and beliefs around those things that keep us from receiving, but they're totally overcomable. And the more you look at them, the easier they are to see. And most of the time, it's just a letting go, right? It is just a releasing of some belief, some judgment, some paradigm, some structure that we have defined ourselves as, versus allowing our heart to tell us who we are. Yeah. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that's insightful and better understanding some of the things that keep us from manifesting in the way that we're designed to. And I really encourage you to check out my new workbook, Date Your Future Self. This is still my editing copy, the new one's coming in soon. Um, but it's a great workbook and a great tool to guide you on this kind of process. And as always, if you have more questions or you want to dive deeper, just reach out to me. You can email or direct message me. Check out my website at danashamas.com. I look forward to connecting and seeing you soon. Take care.